Hello, welcome to another episode of Watchtower Examination. My name is Winston, and today we are going to be taking another look, revisiting a lie that I have presented from Stephen Lett. I've done it previously on this channel and repeatedly. But today that lie takes on added significance, and we're going to be looking on it again from a different perspective. And I'm speaking about the lie that he told regarding donations.
As you know, for over 130 years, this organization has never solicited for funds, and it is certainly not going to start now.
Sometimes it is worth revisiting these things because based on new information that I have gathered, it is worth taking a look again at what Stephen Lett said against the background of what I learned. And what am I talking about? It is that video that Jason Zelda did that reveals so much about this organization's sordid past. And I'm going to give you a little bit of what Zelda said and have us look at that and then think again about what Stephen Lett said, the implications, because there are even now greater implications for what Stephen Lett said.
Remember I mentioned to you that in Rutherford's day, your spirituality was determined by how well you could sell the literature. If you were one of Jehovah's Witnesses in Rutherford's day, you were going to sell the literature. Period. It was Rutherford who put the strict rules on the kids. No after-school activities, no after-school sports, no saluting the flag, no pledge of allegiance, no birthdays, no holidays. Why did he do that? People say, what am I talking about Rutherford for right now? It's 2020, man. What are you talking about Rutherford for? Don't you realize that the rules that he put on the group, they still follow today? His influence is still there today. You break his influence, you break the group. Now, what did he do to the kids? He didn't want them participating in after-school activities. Why? Because that would take away from their time going door to door, or standing on a street corner, wearing a bag that said Watchtower, 5 cents, consolation, 5 cents. Am I saying that Judge Rutherford, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, put little children out on street corners selling Watchtower literature? Yep. How'd they make this money? How did the Watchtower get so rich? They did it by destroying children's lives, by convincing them that either you get out there and you sell the literature, or you're going to die at Armageddon. You think I'm lying? Let's read about it from their own publications. Consolation, Wednesday, February 19th, 1941. The title of the article, Children Crying in the Temple. You better believe they were crying. You better believe they were crying. Children crying in the temple. They got a picture of a family here. And they're saying that all the kids here they're already going door to door. or standing on street corners, basically. Let's read what it says here. Let's put it up on the screen for you. It says here, born in the pioneer work. It says parents of Alabama write about a little girl whose picture you will find marked number 9 on the page picture which goes to make up page 5 of this issue. Her full name is Constance Ruth Taylor, but she goes by the name of Connie. Her daddy says of her, she was born in the pioneer work, and we had her out in the service when she was 37 days old. Now, for those of you who are new, who don't know Jehovah's Witness vocabulary, out in the service means out going door to door, or in their day, out selling the literature. So from the time this little girl was 37 days old, they had her out there with them, helping get the literature sold. It says here, having taken her with us through thick and thin, good and bad weather, in all our pioneer work, she was very healthy, not having taken more than a spoonful of medicine in her whole life. So they're claiming, even though they had her in all kinds of weather, she never got sick. Okay? It says here, to begin with, we made a screened-in playpen for her in the back of our car, with a comfortable bed, after she became large enough to sit up and fall out of the swinging hammock. It says here, we have been accustomed to have her in the car and to carry her on our work almost as if we did not have her, putting her back to bed in her usual time when night came and we were out on our back calls and studies. Now listen to what it says here. Not long ago, just before immersion service, that's another term for baptisms, she came running up to me and said, Daddy, I love the Lord. I want to go through Armageddon. I want to be baptized. I want to go through Armageddon. This is a little girl, very young, under 10 years old, who's afraid of Armageddon so much that she wants to get baptized because she's told only those who are baptized Jehovah's Witnesses are going to live through Armageddon, and that Armageddon was right around the corner. She hadn't been baptized yet, so she was terrified every day that Armageddon was going to break out and she was going to die. This is a little kid, folks. So he allowed the little girl to get baptized. Look at what it says next. Listen very carefully. I didn't write this. The Watchtower wrote this. This is what they said happened. This is not my opinion. This is what they said happened. Look at what it says here. Down on the street corner the other day, in the magazine work, I gave her a Watchtower to begin with. I instructed her to say, Watchtower, 5 cents.
As you know, for over 130 years, this organization has never solicited for funds.
Watchtower, 5 cents. But it gets worse. She took it and stood on the corner calling Watchtower to everyone who came by, and placed, notice they wouldn't use the word sell, placed 1 in 5 minutes. Now she takes the testimony card and goes from door to door. How old is this girl? How old is this girl? After placing, again, they refused to use the word sell because Rutherford didn't like to use the word sell. He told them use the word place or distribute instead. After placing her Watchtower, she came running up and said, Now the Lord loves me. What? Now the Lord loves you? That word now is very powerful because that meant, as far as this little girl was concerned, the Lord didn't love her until she was baptized and sold the magazine. Then he loved her. That word now is very important. She was taught that you are only valuable to this group when you're bringing in money.
This organization has never solicited for funds.
You think I'm lying? I got some more. February 19th, 1941. Consolation. Word comes from Arizona of two boys of 7. So we got two 7-year-olds. Two boys of 7 who went out into magazine work. One placed... Now, listen how far around the barn they dance to not say sell. You ready for this? One placed 3 magazines and gathered in 15-cent coin of the realm. Let me read that again. One placed 3 magazines and gathered in 15-cent coin of the realm. Why couldn't they just say one sold 3 magazines and made 15 cents? They didn't want to use the word sell. They used the word place. But 15 cents of the coin of the realm. But they didn't want to use the word sell. So it's 15 cents of the coin of the realm. Okay. Look at what else it says. We got 2 brothers here, both of them 7 years old. The other placed nothing. So one made 15 cents, the other didn't make anything. The superior distributor was willing to surrender a nickel for a magazine so that his pouting brother could make a showing in his report.
For over 130 years, this organization has never solicited for funds, and it is certainly not going to start now.
It is possible that you could be in something, believe it, and teach it with all sincerity. Raymond Franz said he believed that the organization was God's organization. He said he believed it. And that the men on the governing body, that he believes that they genuinely believed it. But he came to be convicted that it is no longer true, and he could not convict these men that it is true. So you can forgive Franz for having once believed that the things that he was saying was true. Do you believe that given the organization's history of selling magazines and using children to sell the magazines, do you believe that with the full knowledge of that, Raymond Franz could ever sit before a camera addressing Jehovah's Witnesses and lying to them like Stephen Lett did? Stephen Lett became a member of the governing body, I think it was in the 90s. I did some reading on it. I'm not remembering the exact date. But he is one of the longer serving members of the governing body. But I don't think that he started in the 80s when the organization stopped selling the literature. But Stephen Lett was in this organization from he was a youngster, if not as a child. But let us take the man himself confirming that he was in the organization the days when they were selling the magazines.
Personally, I am so thankful to Jehovah that positive peer pressure was put on me to enter the pioneer ministry right out of high school. What a blessing and a protection it was to enter the regular pioneer work at age 17 and to be able to go to Bethel at 18.
Which means, ladies and gentlemen, there is no possibility that Stephen Lett did not know that he was lying through his teeth. Blatantly dishonest. pathological lying. Deliberate deceivers who know that they are lying. But they would stand before Jehovah's Witnesses and lie like that. Deliberately. Deliberately. Why do they do it? Why?
Think about the apostate-driven lies and dishonesties that Jehovah's organization is permissive toward pedophiles. I mean, that is ridiculous, isn't it? If anybody takes action against someone who would threaten our young ones and takes action to protect our young ones, it's Jehovah's organization.
A German proverb says, "Who lies once is not believed even if he says the truth."
Ladies and gentlemen, I do not intend to make this a long video. I do not intend to say much more. You get the point. These men are deliberate in what they are doing. They know of the falsehood they are spreading. And there goes your evidence. Thanks for watching this video. Do click the like button, because the more you do, the more videos, the more likes rather the videos get, is the more YouTube shows them to non-subscribers. And that is how more Jehovah's Witnesses are reached. And I have been asking persons to do it more. Persons have been doing it more, and there's clear evidence that more Jehovah's Witnesses are coming here. So please click that like button. It really does help. Let's do our part to help to get these videos before Jehovah's Witnesses, because they are indeed helping. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Share your comments. Have yourself a wonderful day. Love you much.
May the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all.